Hello and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, we are going to be talking about AVAX, what I think is going to happen both in the bigger picture and in the shorter time frames. So it's going to be a really good video. Make sure you guys stay clear till the very end of today's video. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. All right, so we're starting off here with AVAX on the 5-day candlesticks. And as you can see, I'm comparing AVAX to Bitcoin. So we have Bitcoin over here on the right and AVAX over here on the left. And you can see the market cycle over here on AVAX, a complete market cycle example with the disbelief phase, the hope phase, the optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria. You guys know what the cycle is. So that's exactly what AVAX has done, is a complete market cycle. If you look here, we had a big parabolic run back in 2021, followed by a big correction and a big double bottom. So this is actually the same market cycle that Bitcoin did back in the day. If we look at Bitcoin over here on the right, Bitcoin did the same parabolic run, followed by a big correction and a big double bottom. So Bitcoin was in disbelief right here, right before we had a big breakout all the way to a new all-time high. That level on Bitcoin happened to be March of 2020. That led to a big pump right after that correction, and that was the disbelief phase of the Bitcoin cycle. Now, if we look at AVAX, AVAX is also in the disbelief phase of its cycle. We're in that phase where it's doing a double bottom. A lot of people are panic selling. A lot of people are freaking out, just in the same way that they did with Bitcoin in March of 2020. But we're really getting ready for a big run here on AVAX all the way to a new all-time high and a huge parabolic, euphoric, profitable alt season is coming for this coin. But a lot of people don't realize that because we're in the state of disbelief. So 90% of the market is going to be in a state of disbelief right now, wondering whether the market is going to go higher, whether it's going to take off. Most people are going to be bearish because of where we're at in the cycle. This is the same thing that I saw happen to Bitcoin back in March of 2020. So according to the market cycle, we're really getting ready to break out, head up for a new cycle, head all the way up to a new all-time high, and really take off here. But because of where we're at in the cycle, most people will not believe that. Most people will be bearish, and there's going to be a lot of people in the camp of this market going lower rather than breaking out. But something I want you guys to be aware of here with AVAX is how much consistent volume we've had all through this whole period. This is big institutions picking up AVAX as much as they possibly can over time, all throughout this entire cycle, because they're accumulating this coin in the same way that big whales accumulated Bitcoin over here on the right before we had Bitcoin break out and go to 69,000 in 2021. What I firmly believe is coming for AVAX based on the market cycle, based on the volume, based on the psychology of this market is a big breakout. We have all of the characteristics for it. But again, most people are going to be in camp bear right now because of where we're at in the market cycle. The other thing that's happening here with AVAX, like I said, is we have a big double bottom pattern forming as we speak. So just like how Bitcoin did a big double bottom back in the day before breaking out to a new all-time high, AVAX is doing that same double bottom right now. And it's really interesting because a lot of people end up selling support. The market will pull back. They don't expect it to come all the way back down to support for a double bottom. And when it does, they end up selling because it was unexpected, and they end up selling onto support, when really that's the best possible place that you could be buying. You definitely don't want to sell horizontal support, especially all-time support. This is a local bottom here that formed back in 2023. Very key level, and definitely not an area to be selling crypto, but a really good area to be picking up more based on the cycle. So a lot of people are going to be selling, even though this double bottom is landing right onto horizontal support in preparation for a big breakout and for a big reversal. A lot of people don't see it because of their emotions and because of the news and all the different reasons that people get distracted from the truth of these markets. So you definitely want to buy fear. You want to buy support. That's exactly where we're at right now. We're on horizontal support. There's a lot of fear in the markets. That's a perfect opportunity to be picking up crypto at dirt cheap prices. And AVAX is a really good example of a coin that's basically a guaranteed profit for you guys to pick up this coin. If you buy AVAX, you're going to do very well in the up and coming bull market for these altcoins. The other thing I want to point out here with AVAX is how oversold we are on these smaller time frames. So let's pull up the MACD here on the daily, and as you can see, the MACD is very oversold here on the daily candlesticks. In fact, we haven't been this oversold since our local bottom here or our local bottom over here, where we started to get oversold down here, and then we bottomed out, and the market turned around and started to go up towards resistance. So we're super oversold here. We're also at the bottom of a channel. So we have our downward trending channel support right here and our upward resistance right here. And we're actually at the bottom of this channel. So this is a really good area. We have support on multiple different areas, multiple time frames, multiple trend lines, all landing in the same area that we're at right now, which is a strong area of confluence. I believe we will have a strong bullish reaction off of this lower support level. This should take us up to the top of this channel, and I don't think we're going to have any problem breaking up through the top of this channel and starting a big bull run here for AVAX. Now, out of all the coins that I could talk about in today's video, AVAX is a coin that I personally feel I need to talk about more because the setup is so perfect, the chart is so perfect, and it looks like it's ready for such a big run in the bigger picture. I believe AVAX is one of the best setups in the entire crypto market. The other thing I want to talk about is the fact that Altseason has started happening, you guys. I know a lot of people don't believe in it. A lot of people hate the word Altseason now because they've waited so long for it and it hasn't even broken out, hasn't even went crazy. But we started Altseason back here in June of this year when Bitcoin dominance started to fall off a cliff, and I believe it's going to continue trending down. This to me looks like a rising wedge bearish continuation pattern on Bitcoin dominance. So I believe that Altseason that everybody's been waiting for, everybody's been looking towards and looking forward to have happen is finally going to come in these markets. It's going to be very profitable, very exciting for anybody holding altcoins as Bitcoin dominance continues to break down and we continue to see a big move in the altcoins. And I know a lot of people think the bull market is over, that we're headed into a bear market, but you guys, the bull market is not over. We just barely got started with a big picture run with crypto. Big institutions have been positioning themselves for a while. I know the retail has a hard time believing this because of just how big the run is going to be. It seems impossible for how much crypto is going to grow. It doesn't seem possible. They just think there's no way that crypto is going to go any higher than it already has. But you guys, big institutions have been putting billions of dollars into crypto for a reason. And I firmly believe that the crypto bull market is just getting started, that we are headed for a lot more growth, especially here in the big picture. It looks a lot like Apple computers around right here as Apple started to form its massive uptrend. We had billions of dollars in volume down here from big institutions accumulating Apple early on in its trend over here. Then when it started to go full force, then we really went parabolic for Apple stock. It went to the moon. And I firmly believe this is what's coming for crypto. We're early on in this trend, early on in this cycle. We have a lot of growth coming, a lot of profitability. And again, I know retail has a hard time believing this, but big institutions are not dumb. They don't put billions of dollars into a developing industry for no reason. So crypto looks ready for a lot more growth in the big picture, and AVAX is one of those coins that I believe is going to do very well as crypto continues to grow. So yeah, you guys, big things are coming. Big things are coming for crypto, for AVAX, for altcoins, for this market as a whole. The thing you got to do is stay faithful. The thing you got to do is tune out from all of the noise out there because there is so much noise, and just focus on the big picture, focus on the charts, Focus on the reason that you bought your coins in the first place. A lot of you guys have really good fundamental reasons that you've been buying your favorite projects. AVAX is a good example of that. We also have Theta and a lot of other projects that have really strong fundamentals. Hold on to the value proposition, the reason that you believe in the assets that you've invested in. Keep holding on to those reasons. You will be rewarded if you have the patience to continue to hold on to your favorite coins. So yeah, that's my update on AVAX. Big things are coming. Super excited about this coin. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to tune into today's video. I love and appreciate every single one of you. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and share it with your friends. And I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. And as always, stay profitable out there.